Hello, my fellow speakers. This is Brian, the Speaker for the Dead. I'm coming to you today with a quick video. This is not going to be a happy one. I apologize for that right off the bat, but it's something that definitely needs to be talked about. So, on my Twitter account, Brian the Speaker, at Brian the Speaker, I follow some people who follow me. And they're kind of comics people. Anyway, one of them had posted something on his Twitter account that I think he'd either seen or somebody had sent to him, or he'd saw on a retweet. So he retweeted it and added a comment. Anyway, it's this video kept me up last night because I was just kind of looking through. I was laying in bed. I've run my miles for the day. I was just laying in bed, kind of relaxing before I went to sleep. And so I was going through my social media accounts, making sure that I hadn't missed anything during the day. And then this video come up that he had posted, and it was so disturbing to me. Like, it kept me up hours after that. It's like a 30-40 second video. It's not very long, but it is just it to me describes everything that is wrong with us as a people right now. Now, I don't know if there was sound with it. I didn't actually click on the video. I just watched it in its little screen, because what I was seeing was enough to horrify. I didn't want to hear what was happening. The visual was bad enough. Now, I know some people will be like, and I just remember sitting there as I saw this, I'm like, what's going on? And then I guess girls would call it pearl clutching, but I just gasped and covered my mouth like, holy crap. I mean, I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. Anyway, this video is of, you see this little boy, and he's sitting at a table with it looks like a SpongeBob SquarePants birthday cake. This little kid's got this little plastic knife, and he's just getting ready to cut this cake when all these adults around him start smashing raw eggs over his head and dumping bowls of raw egg and stuff on top of him. And this little kid, in the midst of this, you can tell he doesn't, because he was so happy before, and he doesn't know what's going on. He's still trying to cut this cake. So these monsters that are around him, this is really hard not to swear, because it made me so mad and so disgusted last night. There are not words. We're almost 10 o'clock the next day, and I'm still having a hard time talking about it. I don't know whether I'll link to this video or not, because quite honestly, I wish it's something I could unsee. So I don't really want to pass this on and give it any more notoriety, other than to just get on here and let you guys know what happened and just condemn this kind of behavior, because it's just despicable. Now, it isn't enough that they've just dumped egg and hit this little kid in the head with raw egg, smashing him on him. No, that's not good enough. These freaks start grabbing handfuls of the cake and rubbing it in this little kid's face. I mean, like, hard rubbing it. And then smashing it on his hair and into his ears, and he's just rubbing it all over his, I don't know. You can go look this video up. I'm sure it's posted somewhere else. And like, I'm still having a hard time finding the words, because there are not enough bad words in the English and all languages on earth to call these people to adequately describe what kind of what kind of monsters these people have to be to do something like this. Now, I know that this is by far not the worst thing that gets done to little kids. Child pornography, child sex trafficking. Trust me, I know that there are more monstrous things out there. The thing that's the worst about this is that this little kid was happy. He thought something good was going to happen to him. And then they turned this happy moment into a horror show for this kid. And then the video cuts off right after they scrape up every tiny little bit of cake so there's nothing left to smash on this kid. I mean, you can see this one adult just trying to desperately scoop up. Because, good God, we wouldn't want to miss one teeny little bit of frosting to rub on this kid. I apologize for swearing. Trust me, I'm having a hard time. Not just because this is the kind of thing that is wrong with it. How in the name of heaven can you... No, that's wrong. In the name of hell, could you do something like this to a little kid? A group of adults. It's not enough that we kill babies in the womb. We kill them as they're being born. Not only that, if you survive being born and get born into a family of these monsters, you're going to be treated in a horrific manner. The caption on this video, the original caption, because the guy that sent it to me or would put it on his thread and I saw it, he was not impressed by this either. But the caption on this video is something along the lines of, and I don't know it verbatim because I was just repelled. And the caption is something like, little dude thinks everything's great and then gets taught that life sucks. Laugh my effing ass off. LFMAO or whatever it is. And then the O is like, oh, like, just so funny. If you find that video funny in any way, any sense, any way, see, it's a good thing that the Infinity Gauntlet and all that kind of stuff, or that I don't have godlike powers, because I'm serious, anybody who would do something like that to a child or worse, see, I'm right up there with the scriptures on this one. It is better that a millstone be placed around your neck and you be drowned in the depths of the sea than to offend one of my little ones. If I had the power, I would snap those people out of existence. But in the most unpleasant way possible. Like burn them from the inside out. It's something really horrible. Because there is no excuse to mistreat a little kid like that. This little kid was just, I mean, seriously, he's the most unassuming little, I mean, just skinny little kid. If you can laugh at something like that, or if you're the person who perpetrates something like that, I was going to say, God have mercy on your soul, but no, I don't want God to have mercy on your soul. I want you to burn in the lake of fire and brimstone. I don't even believe in that, but if it were possible, that's where I'd send you. Because you are a horror of a human being. If you can do that, you can go farther. Who knows what else is being done to that little kid? to teach him life's hard. Yeah, life's hard because you're making it hard. You're turning his life into a nightmare. You twisted psychos. Almost makes me wish that kid would grow up being a serial killer and kill all those people that did that to him. But that's even a darker thing. You see what I mean? This kind of thing brings out the darkness and the worst in all of us. And it's getting worse all the time. That little kid should be hugged and loved and cared for and treated like the amazing blessing that he is. Can little kids be terrors and nightmares? Yeah, they can. They're little kids. That's our job as adults, to teach them not to be that way. Oh, but not these psychos. No. They're drilling it into him how to be a horrific psycho and have terrible things done to you. Anyway, I just had to get on here and say something about this today, because it just disturbed me so bad last night that, I mean, if you know that this kind of stuff's happening to a kid, or that you suspect this kind, I mean, just step in and stop it. Step in and stop it, because there is no worse crime on earth than to mistreat, abuse, and do horrible things. If I had any idea where this little kid lived, or how to find these psychos that did this, I would make sure that the police knew, the child services knew, anybody who could stop this knew. We have to stop allowing this or making people think it's funny. It's like these shock comedians who say the most horrific, nasty things trying to get a laugh or a shock value out of people. It's not funny. It's not funny. There is a line of decency, and you don't step over it. Pardon me. And if you do, horrible things should happen to you. Because we've lost shame. We've lost, people shaming people and making them feel as horrible about themselves as they deserve to for the things they're doing. We don't do that anymore. Oh, it's live our lives, be free. That's not freedom. That's not freedom. That's an abuse of freedom. And you're abusing somebody else's freedom. So, I don't know. I'm trying to become involved in the Underground Railroad, which is a new version of it that helps with stopping child sex trafficking. Can't remember that. It's like OUR. It's a group that tries to stop. They do sting operations going into countries where there's this child pornography and child sex trafficking and stuff like that. And they try and save these kids and get them into therapy and help them overcome their problems. And I would invite all of you to support these groups, to support these people that are trying to stop this stuff. And in your own personal life, if you know kids are being abused. Now, there's a difference between kids being abused and kids being disciplined and stuff. And if you don't know the difference, you can keep your opinions to yourself. Spanking a kid is not abuse. Disciplining a kid with an appropriate amount of structure, that's different. But just blatant, open cruelty, that's different. Anyway, I just encourage everybody, get out there, try and find ways to help stop this kind of stuff from happening to little kids in any way you can. I made a comment on this video I saw last night, and I didn't pull any punches. I just said, you know what, this is one of the most evil things I've ever seen, and if I had my way, I would terminate every one of those individuals involved in that. Because if you can do that to a little kid who knows what you're capable of, you don't deserve to be alive, in my book. Because you have no conscience, you have no morality, you have no decency, and Ooh, yeah. Nothing, no punishment bad enough. No punishment bad enough. Sorry for the downer on this morning, but just wanted to make people aware of what's going on out there, and that we need to be watching for this stuff in our own lives and trying to make sure that we can do everything we can to stop it, because, you know, that's what this channel's about. Speaking for the dead, speaking the truth, and talking about it, and displaying all of the horrible secrets out there in the open so that they can be confronted and destroyed. And that's what I want to do. So I try and do fun, happy stuff, but when stuff like this comes up, it's got to be called out. So I'd ask you to like, share, and subscribe. Especially share this video, share any video that helps end child abuse, child sex trafficking, all that stuff. There's nothing worse. It is the unforgivable crime, in my opinion. But anyway, I hope you get out there and have a beautiful day. I hope this doesn't ruin your day. Wasn't my intention. My intention is just to, like I say, draw attention and make people aware. So that we can make sure that all these little kids, they have good days. That they have the love and get the treatment that they deserve. So, like I say, get out there and make the world a better place, and we will talk to you next time.